It's going to be a jump. Now here it looked like a jump. There, this looks like a foul to me.
Yeah.
Indiana, and you can see Caitlin saying you were right in front of her.
The whistle never blew. Not when Sophie Cunningham got ragdolled to the hardwood like a tackling dummy. Not when the referee stared blankly at the assault happening 3 feet from his face. In real time, it looked like a crime scene. A 6 feet 1 inch athlete body slam mid-rebound with the violence of a UFC takedown. The Indiana Fever bench erupted in disbelief, but one voice cut through the chaos like a knife. Caitlin Clark, suited in street clothes with a groin injury, shot up screaming at the official. "You were right there? Why did you change your mind?" Her raw fury wasn't just about one missed call. It exposed a festering wound threatening to derail the entire WNBA season.
Like, I'm not saying that your job is easy, but when it is a simple call right in front of your face multiple times, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What call are you, like, bugged out?
All of them.
Most, everything?
Like, it's just like they're just so inconsistent. Like, that's my thing. Like, if you're on the other team and you're going to be fouling the shit out of me,
yeah,
cool. But let me do it to you.
Let you, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You want
like,
consistency then.
Yeah, like, just give. And I think that's players across the league and, like, new fans across the country. Like, everyone's like, what is going on with the refs? And I'm like, I don't know.
If you've ever watched a game ruined by incompetent officiating, smash that like button now. We're diving deep into a scandal the league doesn't want you to see. Clark's outburst wasn't isolated rage. It was the boiling point of 7 straight games watching teammates get mauled without protection.
Now, am I ever advocating for players to throw other players on the ground? No, like we've seen so much of it throughout the WNBA. He watches this happen right in front of him. There's so much contact on the play and he does nothing. He doesn't blow his whistle. He doesn't stop the play. He doesn't call a foul.
As she later fumed, they let you get absolutely hacked, then fine you for complaining. Were they even watching? The stats back her up. Fever players absorb 23% more uncalled contact than any other team.
This year, it's not just Caitlin Clark. If you wear that Indiana Fever jersey, consider it done. The refs are not going to be fair, and they are going to cheat and do whatever it takes to do what the higher-ups say.
But this goes beyond Indiana. League-wide, officials missed 34% of clear fouls, according to last 2-minute reports. Phoenix's Brianna Turner got clotheslined without a whistle last Tuesday. Las Vegas' Aya Wilson took an elbow requiring stitches. No flagrant review.
The officiating in the WNBA, I kind of already went off on it, but it's just atrocious. Really, really bad. Like, there have got to be rules to present overt physicality from dominating the game. And that's what we've got. We've got it in the NBA. We've got it in the WNBA. Nobody wants to call a bunch of fouls, but these officials don't know what a foul is and a foul isn't. They can't even tell when a ball goes out of bounds. Like, you've got 2 million plus people watching some of these games. You have got to have a correctly officiated product, or at least confidently officiated product, and competently officiated product.
Yet when Sophie Cunningham posted a sarcastic TikTok about refs, $500 fine, the hypocrisy is staggering. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's claim that only losing teams complain isn't just tone deaf, it's dangerous. When Skylar Diggins-Smith shows up to press conferences covered in scratches asking, how is this allowed? When Kelsey Plum publicly demands, where's our protection? This isn't sour grapes. It's a survival plea.
And I got scratches on my face, I got scratches on my body, and these guards on the other team get these ticky-tack fouls, and I'm sick of it. I get fouled like that every possession. Ricky gets fouled like that in the post all the time, and they don't call it, and I don't know what else to do. Like, it's really frustrating though. I'm like, I feel, I mean, there's multiple shots at the end of the game, either go into the third, into the fourth, where they're just coming and swinging, and they just don't call.
Amid the chaos, one player transformed into Indiana's lifeline. Sophie, the blonde bomber. Cunningham didn't just bounce back from the body slam, she detonated. With Clark sidelined, Cunningham dropped 17 points on near-flawless efficiency, 5 to 6 FG. For 5 from deep, while the rest of the Fever bricked 17 three-pointers. She single-handedly carried the offense.
Sophie the blonde bomber, Sophie the trophy, lit it up again tonight. Man, she has been nothing short of spectacular as of late. 5 of 6 from the floor, 4 of 5 from 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 17 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. Sophie, the blonde bomber, has been on fire. Sophie stepped it up in a big time way. That is what you need. When your best player is out, you need the ancillary pieces to step up and deliver. And that is what Sophie Cunningham.
That corner three at the shot clock buzzer, ice in her veins. The transition pull-up that silenced Seattle's crowd. Certified killer instinct. This wasn't garbage time stat padding either. Every bucket came when the offense stalled. A true, give me the ball and get out the way masterclass. Social media exploded with hashtag Blonde Bomber highlights as her jersey sales spiked 790%. Why? Because Cunningham embodies the league's duality, skilled enough to shoot 48% from deep, but tough enough to stare down bullies.
Games from Sophie Cunningham, the only player on the Indiana Fever to make her three tonight. The Indiana Fever were 4 of 21 from downtown, and Sophie Cunningham hit all 4 of those threes. 17 points, and the difference between this and the Lynx game, which was Sophie Cunningham's last really good breakout game, this wasn't late. This was, oh, we're struggling offensively, somebody needs to come through, and Sophie Cunningham came through for.
Remember when she shielded Caitlin Clark during the Connecticut Brawl? That same fire fuels her game now. As one courtside mic caught her snarling after contested in one, "Try me again, I dare you," Indiana 78-74, when felt more like a horror movie escape. Up 12 with 4 minutes left, they nearly imploded in spectacular fashion.
And a Fever just almost pushed me to a heart attack. The Indiana Fever nearly blow a 12-point fourth quarter lead. We allow the Seattle Storm to go on an 11-0 run in the fourth quarter. Stephanie White, I keep telling y'all, I don't trust her. I'm sorry. We give up a 11-0 run within the last 4 minutes to let this team cut the lead down to.
Seattle's 10-0 run had fans hyperventilating as Kelsey Mitchell, usually a bucket getter, transformed into a walking brick factory. Her 316 shooting nightmare included 8 straight missed threes, some so airballed they nearly hit the shot clock.
Mitchell could not get it going today, and I told y'all she is a roller coaster. You got to remember, she went off versus the Sky, then she was, 8 for 24, then she had a good game, then she was down again, then last game she was up, this game she's down again at 3 of 16. This is Kelsey Mitchell. She's a roller coaster. She's a roller coaster. She gave you 9 points on 3 of 16, shooting 0 of 8 from.
Coach Stephanie White's baffling substitutions didn't help. Sitting Lexi Hull until the final possession, basketball malpractice. With 73 seconds left, the Fever's lead shrunk to 1 point thanks to 4 consecutive turnovers.
The Fever did everything possible to blow a game, but still come out with the win. That was a near epic level collapse, folks. Wow, it should have never gotten that close. Lexi Hull, Stephanie White waited till the very, very last minute to put Hull in on defense. She should have been in there from 2 minutes in, 2.5 minutes in on defense. They could not seem to get a big rebound to save their life, and this almost turned into a disaster.
The arena vibrated with impending doom until Aaliyah Boston morphed into a superhero. Her personal 9-point fourth quarter eruption featured a spin move and one that broke Seattle's spirit. Boston's 6th straight double-double, 16 points, 12 rebounds. Proves she's more than Clark's pick-and-roll partner. Watch the tape. Her defense switched 1 through 5 while quarterbacking the offense. Natasha Howard's 21-point silent assassin routine shouldn't be overlooked either.
Here's Boston. Boston, good look inside. Howard lays it in. Nobody in the league at 6'4" or taller averages more assists than Aaliyah Boston. Well, you know, what happens off a deflection from a defensive player if it hits the rim? Shot clock still would reset. It doesn't have to be a shot. As Howard somehow spins that in, plus the foul.
That baseline fadeaway over 2 defenders? Poetry in motion. Still, the real miracle was escaping despite shooting 19% as a team outside Cunningham. Seattle's collapse was a masterclass in choking. Skylar Diggins-Smith missing wide-open back-to-back threes? Unforgivable. Nneka Ogwumike vanishing in crunch time? Inexplicable. But the true faceball moment came at the buzzer. Gabby Williams' clean look to tie rattled out like the basketball gods were trolling. This wasn't bad luck. It was systemic failure. The Storm have now blown fourth quarter leads in 3 of their last 4 home games. Coach Noel Quinns, I'm proud of our growth, post-game speech felt delusional when her team crumbled like a Walmart lawn chair. Their playoff positioning is crumbling too. At 16-13, they're clinging to the 6th seed while Indiana, now 17-12, just locked up critical tiebreakers.
Proud of you guys. There were so many ways in a close game and in game situation where we grew today that were huge for us, y'all. That will pay dividends. So great job. I'm proud of you guys. Everybody contributed. Everybody came in and gave us a lift. Kels, I know it was a tough shooting day, but the way you facilitated and that one big jumper that you made. Right? We dug in and got stops when we needed to. I mean, big time win, y'all. Big time.
Here's the brutal reality. Seattle's big three of Diggins, Smith, Agumike, and Jewel Lloyd combined for 12 turnovers. When your stars shrink under pressure, you don't deserve playoffs. The standings are a war zone. With Indiana's win, the Fever now sit 5th, but the entire West is separated by 3 games. Las Vegas lurks 1 game back, with Chelsea Gray returning. Minnesota's Nafisa Collier is going nuclear nightly, yet Indiana's 5-0 streak, while Clark raises burning questions. Why rush her back? The team's 9-7 record sans their superstar suggests they've adapted. Clark's arena appearance in full gear.
We have updates and our recovery's going well. You know, it's just, I think for us staying the course and making sure that we're really diligent about each step that we take and that we don't have setbacks and that we're patient with it. I know she wants to be out here on the floor and we want her out here on the floor, but making sure that she's ready is the most important thing. You know, I still don't know how far we are. We're going to take it one step at a time, one day at a time, and go.
Then not suiting up spark conspiracy theories. Is management hiding a setback, protecting her from dirty plays until playoffs? Or saving her for a postseason push? Sources whisper the groin injury is more severe than admitted, but with $28 million in jersey sales riding on her health, the silence is deafening. Meanwhile, Seattle's free fall could give Rap Phoenix or Dallas a playoff spot. Every possession now carries playoff stakes. One missed box out, season over. The true scandal isn't just missed calls, it's the league's institutional cowardice. While Sophie Cunningham gets slapped with a $500 fine for a 15-second TikTok skit poking fun at referees, the player who violently body slammed her to the hardwood faced 0 consequences. Not a suspension. Not even a public reprimand. This isn't an isolated oversight. It's a pattern of priorities gone rotten.
I don't even know what the players can do because the players aren't being protected. And I know so many of the times, like, we're talking about this when it comes to the Indiana Fever, but this does happen across the league. There are many plays that we could pull up. Do you guys have any suggestions on what can actually be done? The coaches get fined when they call them out to the media. Like, this is a top-down issue. This is a commissioner's issue.
Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's much-touted officiating review board hasn't suspended a single referee all season despite 37 documented game-altering blunders in critical matchups. Worse, the league's own marketing machine churns out player safety first campaigns while defenders maul stars like medieval soldiers. They plaster competitive integrity on billboards as athletes like Kelsey Plum arrive at press conferences looking like they survived a knife fight, holding up scarred arms demanding, "How is this basketball?" The hypocrisy is institutionalized. The WNBA fines coaches up to $25,000 for criticizing officials, yet allocates less than 3% of its budget to referee training programs. Most officials are part-timers holding day jobs, high school ADs, insurance agents, even a bakery owner, before calling games involving world-class athletes. Imagine an NFL ref flipping burgers between Sundays. The result? Whistles swallowed during brawls, obvious flagrants downgraded to common fouls, and a dangerous culture where players learn, hack hard early, and they won't call it late. Becky Hammond, a coach who's mastered diplomatic silence, finally snapped last week. When your point guard gets tackled like a quarterback and they call her for traveling, that's not incompetence, that's negligence. But the league's cowardice runs deeper than refs. It's in their PR spin. After Cunningham's body slam incident, the WNBA's official statement called it a physical basketball play, a phrase that'd get laughed out of any NHL disciplinary hearing. Meanwhile, they quietly edited safety protocols documents to remove suspension thresholds for reckless fouls. Players whisper about blacklisted, reporters asking tough questions. Agents leak texts showing league execs pressuring stars to tone down criticism. It's a dictatorship of delusion where fines flow faster than accountability. $185,000 levied against players/coaches for public criticism this season versus $0 in referee suspensions. Danger gets downgraded. 92% of coach-initiated dangerous play reviews get dismissed within 24 hours. Victims get silenced. Medical staff report pressure to downplay injury severity, e.g., listing concussions as migraines. The solution isn't complicated. It's just courage. Full-time professional refs. No more weekend warriors. Hire 30 dedicated officials with NBA-level training, biometric performance tracking, and actual suspensions for repeated errors. Transparent challenge system. Coaches get 2 challenges/game without fines. Review booth empowered to upgrade fouls post-whistle. Dangerous play tribunals. Independent panels, ex-players/coaches. Review violent incidents, not league employees covering for colleagues. Until then, the WNBA's record-breaking viewership, 2M plus per ESPN broadcast, is witnessing something darker than basketball. It's gladiatorial theater, where stars like Plum become collateral damage. When Aces players showed up with ice packs taped to bruised ribs last month, the league Instagram account posted highlight reels of the very tackles that injured them. When Chicago's Elizabeth Williams got clotheslined so hard her jersey tore, officials called her for an offensive foul. This isn't entertainment. It's exploitation packaged as empowerment. The most damning evidence? Engagement metrics. League data proves controversial. No calls drive 37% more social media traffic than game-winning shots. The algorithm rewards outrage. So while Engelbert gives hollow speeches about growing the game, her organization profits from the very chaos destroying its credibility. Players know it. After Diana Taurasi's viral, are we even trying to pretend this is fair? Rant last week, jersey sales spiked 214%. The league fined her $20,000 and promoted the clip across all platforms. Indiana's resilience can't mask this rot. Sophie Cunningham's transformation from victim to blonde bomber is inspirational, but she shouldn't need armor to play basketball. When Commissioner Engelbert watches Cunningham drain clutch threes with fresh scratches on her arms, she sees dollar signs. Fans see a warrior surviving a broken system. Until the league stops protecting its bottom line over its athletes, these near tragedies will keep unfolding in prime time, and the only review will be millions of fans screaming at their screens as another star hits the floor. Indiana's resilience isn't just a storyline, it's a masterclass in collective defiance. While the league drowns in officiating scandals, the Fever have forged an identity that transcends their absent superstar. Cunningham's evolution from enforcer to elite scorer? It's a metamorphosis few saw coming. Gone is the player who defined herself by physicality and grit. In her place stands a blonde bomber, a cold-blooded architect of chaos who dismantles defenses with surgical three-point precision. Her 17-point eruption against Seattle wasn't luck. It was a culmination of 1,500 extra shots daily, film sessions dissecting defensive rotations, and a mindset shift where she now expects to dominate. Early in the season, I'd hesitate if Clark wasn't drawing doubles, she admitted post-game. Now, I see space, I shoot. Period. That confidence radiates through the roster like electricity. But Cunningham's rise is just one thread in this tapestry. Aaliyah Boston's paint domination without Clark defies basketball logic. For weeks, analysts speculated her game would crumble without the MVP's playmaking. Instead, she's become Indiana's gravitational center, commanding double teams, anchoring the league's most improved defense, and even facilitating like a point guard. That spin move in one against Seattle? A 7-second sequence showcasing her entire arsenal. Footwork to lose a defender, touch to finish through contact, awareness to draw the foul. Her 6th straight double-double isn't empty stats. It's proof she's graduated from prospect to cornerstone. They kept leaving me in single coverage. Boston smirked post-game. Big mistake. Then there's Natasha Howard, the silent engine humming beneath the hype. While Cunningham and Boston grab headlines, Howard's 21-point performance was a clinic in veteran efficiency. No flashy crossovers, no trash talk, just a ruthless exploitation of mismatches, sealing smaller guards on block, hitting turnaround jumpers in defenders' eyes, and converting second-chance points like a salvage expert. Her leadership extends beyond stats. During Seattle's fourth-quarter run, cameras caught Howard huddling the team during a timeout, finger jabbing at the playbook. Switch everything. No more helping off shooters. The very next possession? A forced shot clock violation. That's championship DNA. Yet looming over this triumph is a brutal reality. Surviving the refs isn't sustainable. When Clark returns, possibly as soon as the New York showdown, she'll walk into a war zone. Opponents now know officials won't call body checks, hip throws, or even blatant shoves against her. Expect offenses to weaponize that negligence. Picture Liberty defenders clutching her jersey off ball. Imagine Aces enforcers accidentally undercutting her on drives. The Fever's medical staff will hold their breath every time she hits the floor. Clark's genius demands freedom to create. But how do you create when every drive risks career-ending contact? Coach Stephanie White's dilemma becomes existential. Rush back your franchise player into potential carnage, or protect her for the playoffs and risk seeding collapse? The schedule ahead is a murderer's road designed to break lesser teams. At New York, August 12th, the Liberty 6 feet 7 inches Jonquil Jones will test Boston's improved defense like no one else. Sabrina Ionescu's off-ball movement could expose Mitchell's shaky focus. Versus Las Vegas, August 15th, the Aces' notorious physicality, ranked number 1 in fouls drawn, will target Cunningham's ribs and Boston's knees. Chelsea Gray's return makes their offense terrifying. At Chicago, August 18th, Angel Reese's offensive rebounding could shred Indiana's small ball lineups. The Sky lead the league in second chance points, a Fever weakness. Win 2 of these, and Indiana locks home court advantage for the first round. Lose 2? They plummet into the play-in tournament gauntlet, a single elimination nightmare against desperate teams. The margin for error is 0. One misrotation against Breanna Stewart equals a 20-0 Liberty run. One lazy closeout against Kelsey Plum becomes a dagger 3. This is where Howard's poise becomes priceless, and where Mitchell's volatility could prove catastrophic. Her 3-16 brickfest against Seattle can't happen again. Not now. Through the chaos, Sophie Cunningham has transcended basketball. She's become a cultural icon, the blonde bomber who absorbed a body slam, dropped 17 points, and turned trauma into triumph. Teenage girls replicate her signature step back across driveways from Des Moines to Dallas. Her jersey outsells every WNBA player except Clark. Even critics who dismissed her as a role player now begrudgingly respect her clutch gene. But her greatest impact? Proving that Indiana isn't Clark's supporting cast. They're co-stars in a championship-caliber ensemble. When the game hung in balance against Seattle, it wasn't Clark's absence they felt. It was Cunningham's presence that saved them. The Fever's resilience is the season's most vital lesson. Great teams aren't built on talent alone. They're forged in a fire of controversy, hardened by neglect, and bonded by shared defiance. As they brace for their brutal 3-game trial, one truth echoes through every timeout huddle, every film session, every whispered strategy. Surviving the league's dysfunction made them dangerous. Now, they're coming for everything. This is bigger than one game. It's about whether the WNBA values its players or its refs' fragile egos. If you're tired of seeing athletes sacrificing incompetence, sound off below. Drop Spicy Sophie if you demand change. Subscribe and hit notifications because our next Exposed drops Thursday, and trust us, you don't want to miss what we've uncovered about the league's shadow protocols.